Hey gang, in today's video I want to show you guys a pretty solid A take you guys can throw for A site on Mirage. I'm sure I've experienced and many of you have experienced very many failed A takes, failed executions where people whiff their utility and just don't do things properly so it fails. So I want to try to give you some tips, better utility, better lineups, and a few extra little doodads and whistles to help you guys have a better probability of taking A. So what you're going to need is you're going to have 4 different people throwing utility. This is going to be better for a team as opposed to just a pug. It could work more pug, more loose. You can kind of make it work, but it's going to be better if you have people you actually play with. All right, so what you're going to have is 3 guys go ramp, 2 guys go palace. 2 of the guys ramp are going to throw utility, and the guys in palace are each going to throw 1 piece of utility. This isn't too complicated. It's 8 bits of utility in total, not too complicated. I think once you get to around 10 utility or more, then it gets kind of complicated and a little harder to execute, but this one's fairly simple. So first guy though, you're going to be throwing a CT smoke, and to throw CT smoke, there is this circle right here, the smudge, and you want to just line up with that. And then you're going to aim at this bit of wood that sticks out, and you're going to jumping left click throw, and that smoke is going to bounce and land on the ticket booth box so that they can't use this as a one-way. A lot of people like to hop in this box and use this one-way, use this smoke as a one-way, which it will be if it doesn't bounce in the box. They can still jump up on top of the actual ticket booth, so be aware of that. But otherwise, it's a much better smoke than what people typically do, which is one that lands like, if I can show you, like right here. This one actually bounces up on the box, so make sure you throw that. So the first guy is going to be coming here to the smudge, aiming there at the wood, left click jump throw. And then right after that, you're going to run to this metal mesh in the door here, just line up in the middle. And then you are going to be throwing a deep sight flash that's going to let your palace guys get out a lot safer. And then you're going to be throwing a close ramp flash that is going to let your ramp players get out more safely, because a lot of times a guy is going to be playing here with like an SMG or a shotgun or just a normal gun and shoot your teammates as they run out. And a lot of times your teammates are looking over here towards sight and they get caught by a guy right here. It can be a frustrating angle, so you're going to be throwing a pop flash that pops right here. It's basically undodgeable, and it's going to help them own that guy if he's right there. But the first flash is going to be a deep sight flash, which you're going to look at that same bit of wood, and then you're going to quickly tap W, jump throw. I think I kind of messed it up. One sec. Just basically tap W, jump throw. I don't think I threw it deep enough. You basically want to do a quick release. There you go. That's right. And this flash should fairly well blind a guy playing default. There you go. That's a pretty common angle for people to play when watching somebody trying to swing apps, and then they can also watch ramp is like right around here, or maybe back here, or triple. So that flash is pretty good for blinding a bunch of the side angles. So that's why you're going to throw that first, so your palace players can swing, because they're going to be. This is why it's more complex. You're going to be throwing that flash, and right as you throw that flash, your palace players are going to be throwing their utility, and so that it's synced, and they can basically, you throw your flash, they throw their utility at the same time, and then they can kind of swing as your flash pops. So it's really good for them. So you're gonna throw that flash for deep sight, and then right after that, so I'll show you basically tap W. You're gonna just back up slightly, just that rough area, because your second flash is gonna be here. This one's a lot more of a forgiving lineup. You just want to aim at the top of this lamp and left click throw. And that flash is going to, oh yeah, let's get, so you throw your first one, and you just back up a little bit, left click throw roughly at the lamp. And that flash is going to be a very nice pop flash. And you're absolutely going to own somebody if they're playing close ramp. Let's see, if he's further back here, yeah, if he's playing like over here trying to watch it as well, it's completely going to own him. Even further back, I haven't even checked these angles out, but it's still a great flash for further back. No way it gets this guy. Okay, it kind of depends where it lands. Over here, won't get him here, but it should get a guy here. Yeah, so that's a pretty good secondary flash, and it's also not going to blind your teammates because it's going to pop behind them. So they just, so basically you're going to throw a deep sight flash that your palace players will swing off of, and then the 2 guys that are closer on ramp are going to swing off your close ramp flash. And then you're going to go with your team and help, and then if not too many people die, you can come back and watch the flank, because a lot of times it's very effective for the CTs to flank ramp late. All right, so that's the first guy. Now the second guy, you're going to be throwing the stairs and the jungle smokes. So you're going to have CT smoked off, you're going to have stairs smoked, and jungle smoked. What you're going to do, actually I'll mention real quick, I used to do this other lineup over here where you throw kind of in the middle, and I found a lot of times that smoke would like whiff and bounce into here, or it would pop up here, but then smoke would spill over and stop you from being able to molly sandwich, which is right here. So I got an even better lineup, which I think I learned from CS Tactics, but it might have been someone else, I can't remember. I think it was CS Tactics is where I first heard it, so shout out him. But what you want to do is throw your stairs smoke and then a jungle smoke, and there's this cross that gets made right here in the cement. Just aim in the middle, and you're gonna middle click jump throw. Just make sure your back is this wood beam that's all the way on the right. Make sure you're tucked in there first. So aim at the cross, middle click, jump throw. That's gonna smoke stairs and not smoke up sandwich. And then right after that, you're gonna look straight up, look into the middle of this trapezoid, I believe it's called a trapezoid, and then just aim a little bit to left and then left click, and that's gonna smoke jungle. And that way you're not smoking sandwich, but you're smoking stairs and jungle perfectly, and it's not gonna leave them any room to see through. And then right after you throw those smokes, you're gonna just go a little bit to your right, drop down so you're not getting shot as you drop. And then after your smokes pop, you're just gonna basically, once you get to right around here or to the stairs, you're just gonna walking left click while you aim at the top of the stairs. When you're actually throwing this, it's gonna be smoked, but it's pretty easy to actually see. So you're gonna throw your stair smoke, your jungle smoke. Make sure you tuck right a little bit so you don't get shot as you fall. Wait for them to pop, and then just look at the top of the stairs, walk throw. The reason you want to walk throw is you don't want this molly to pop too soon and then cock blocking your teammates from actually getting out in sight. That's why you want to walk throw it. And then after you throw it, you walk throw aiming at the top of the stairs. Just make sure you don't hear anything as you're coming out. Make sure you watch that molly because the guy might run through and try to shoot your teammates. So just be ready for that. And then you're going out into sight. There's going to be a guy who's not throwing utility. His job is basically just probably be over here holding the close ramp push, listening for info. Alright, so you have your guy smoking CT, you're smoking stairs and jungle. Or that guy's smoking stairs and jungle. And then there's a third guy who's probably playing over here, watching the close push. Now we go to the Palace players. So the Palace players, you guys are going to be throwing, one guy's going to be throwing a flash, the other guy's going to be throwing a Molotov for under balcony. The guy who throws the flash, because you're going to be lining up with the pillar that's closest to going out. I'll call it first pillar, second pillar, third pillar. So you're going to line up right here with the first pillar. You want to crouch, line up with this little line that's in the tile. And then you'll notice there's this like dark smudge that kind of goes like this. You want to aim basically the top left of that. It's kind of hard to see, but once you practice it, you'll get a feel for it. It can be a little hard to see depending on your settings. And then you want to running left click, and then you let go once you get to right around this wall. So basically left click or let go once you get to the wall while you aim right here. And that flash is going to bounce, and it should bounce and blind a guy under balcony. I think I might have let go a little bit too late. Let me try it again. Right here, let go once you get to the wall. It's supposed to bounce and own this guy if he's underneath. Should get him right here. So practice throwing that to make sure it gets low enough. But it's supposed to get somebody underneath balcony and a guy on top of balcony, as well as some side angles. So that's the flash you're going to be throwing. The guy's going to be throwing his Molotov from over here. So the guy who flashes, you'll be the first guy out of app. So you throw your flash. Make sure you look here. Here, actually, let me throw it again here. So you're going to be throwing your flash like this. Hug left. Just look right here. If he's playing deep, you're not going to know. You're not going to check that. The second guy out from Palace is going to be checking that. But as you round the corner, though, just make sure he's not like right here. And then you're going to swing. You're going to check default and triple. And then you're going to check ninja in this area. And then you're going to look firebox. And then you're going to do this fast. And then as you drop, what you want to do is look for over here and then check to make sure a guy is not playing boosted up here, because if there's a molly under here, if a guy jumps up here, he's not going to get burnt. So that's why you want to check that. And then after that, you can clear the rest of the site. All right, so the second guy, Palace. you're going to be lining up with the second pillar on this left side right here. And then there's this light, and then there's this bit on the ceiling, or whatever you want to call that. Just aim a little bit below the top part of the ceiling. So if you think about it, this is like midway between the light and the ceiling. Just aim up a little bit from there. And then you want to running left click, and you want to let go once you get to this wall right here. And then you're throwing that. The first guy's going to be clearing sight. Your job is to just come right here, check that real fast, and then you trade with your homie and clear the rest of the site. And that is basically the strategy. Just make sure that you... So, the palace guys, the flash guy's ready here. Molly guy's ready here. And make sure you're not standing in dumb positions before you line up your util. Make sure you're like waiting for a push, because they might push you while you're trying to set up your util. So make sure like this. And then once they throw their smokes, then you can get into position. Or once the smokes are about to bloom, they can just quickly go and line up and then get your utility ready. Now, when the guy who smokes CT, he's going to be throwing those flashes that get you guys out. When he says he's about to flash, or he says flashing or throwing his first flash, the one that flashes deep into sight, that's when you guys start running and throw your utility. So he says like flashing, you guys start running. Boom. So you got your molly and your flash going, because you're going to be this guy's going to be throwing his flash at the same time that you're throwing your molly. So that guy who throws the smokes and flashes outside, he says flashing, and then you guys run, do your util, and then you clear outside. And then also your teammate's ramp are going to swing after he throws the close ramp flash, which, by the way, is not going to blind you guys when you come out palace, because it pops before it gets out, as long as he doesn't fuck it up, which he shouldn't, hopefully. And the ramp guys and the palace guys are coming out about the same time. The palace guys might come out slightly before the ramp guys get out, just FYI. But otherwise, that's the strategy, guys. I hope you guys liked it. I hope it helps you in your future games, scrims, matches, whatever, what have you. And good luck in the future. And as always, easy peasy.